Alola! I'm the official name rater. My job is to look through the first page of Google, review the nicknames provided by the for fuck's sake, internet, and then give my recommendations at the end. We're gonna go down here. This is the type of shit that makes you a fucking twat, and I hate you, and I recognize your username because I've seen it a few times doing these videos. This is what everyone should name it. Fuck yourself, you stupid shit. Everyone can name whatever the fuck they want. We're gonna go over some of these suggestions, some good, some bad. Ending with Ranker, it's probably gonna have 50 there, because they don't explain shit, and it's gonna be probably a long episode today. Wish me luck. Peekaboo is one I remember seeing in the past when I was looking up ideas. I don't remember. I want to say I looked up ideas for this before. Mimikyu I used on my team, and I thought of an idea on my own, but I don't remember if I looked up. I feel like I did. But I do recognize Peekaboo as a very common one people used for Mimikyu. Envy is not a bad idea because it works binding a Bayonetta style, but also has more meaning than just being, hey, simple word that sounds nice. It's also like a descriptor of Mimikyu's personality, so to speak. So that is pretty strong, even though I'm not talking about your Full Metal Alchemist, it's still fine. Canon nicknames are worth highlighting. This was a thing, though in my mind I was like, wasn't that in the game? But no, I guess not. So for the sake of it, we'll acknowledge it if it appeals to you. It doesn't appeal to me, but canon nickname. I don't Persona. I don't even know if Futaba is actually anything significant or if it's just some Japanese name that is basically the equivalent of Bob or Jim. So tell me if it's worth anything, but just highlighting it for all the weebs out there. I actually kind of fuck with Doodle Bob. Would I use it? No, but I like the joke and the concept, especially for the shiny one, because everyone keeps talking about the shiny one's black and white. So I don't know. I just kind of like the idea of like, I want fan art where it's like, you Doodle, me Pikachu, or something like that. Not that I really care for it, but I'll just acknowledge Casper just for the sake of it, because blah blah ghost, and you get it, friendly or whatever the fuck. So just for the sake of the joke, we'll talk about it, but that's it. Now, I like the concept, I guess, of wear and tear, but at what point would you ever need or use two Mimikyus? Alright, I'm gonna take this moment to say this entire thread is just people complaining about Peekaboo. This dude's like, I don't like Peekaboo, and everyone's like, what's wrong with you? Are you fucking stupid? It's the best name God's ever given to Earth. It's really not that great. Like, it's okay, it's obvious, but I can understand the disappeal because it becomes obnoxious hearing it 25,000 times. I hated Litten for a long time because of how many stupid, dumbass, annoying fans kept going, huh, 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 it's lit. Fuck you. But going on about the actual comment that I wanted to highlight, which was Heartless, that's fine, it's just a nickname in general. We've seen Heartless in the past for other things. I don't Kingdom Hearts, so I don't know what Heartless looks like, but just for the sake of it, Heartless is a fine nickname. Probably the only fine nickname in this entire thread. I've read all 5 pages. I'm just going to acknowledge Pixel because I don't necessarily hate it as a nickname. And again, people are really into the shiny form of Mimikyu. I've never thought shit about it. But I like the idea that people are like, oh, well, it's close to the Game Boy games. Like, that's a neat thing if that's really the truth. I mean, I want to say the white version of Kirby and Smash Brothers is a callback, and DDD as well. It's a callback to the Game Boy games as well, which is kind of cool to think about. Don't know if that was the intent, but people really like it. Pixel's an okay name, nothing too special, but it's fine. Just to drive a stake in it, if you ever thought Peekaboo was a great name, here's all the evidence in the world that it's not a good name. If this idiot can come up with it or plagiarize it, since that's what he does as well, that's evidence that it's really not that fucking special. Very popular amongst fans, thanks to the hilarious pun. Oh, and then Picasso is because it made the fucking sheet. Wow. Picasso right there. Halloween is stupid, Phantom is stupid, Trixie, Pikachu? No, those are all bad. But hey, at least he gave credit that he didn't come up with Peekaboo himself. Okay, I'm not gonna lie, I looked at this and I thought, what the fuck is he on about? And then he came up with a reason as to why it worked. So, congratulations for your huge leaps of logic. I guess, like, food-based nicknames are okay. This seems more like lol so random. But, I mean, hey, at least you stitched it together, I suppose. I fucking love this! This is the best! I was just curious. I was like, that sounds like a porn star name. Yup! Yup! Way to go, Names Frog! You're the fucking MVP. You just made this video so much better. Okay, gotta be honest. Deep Fate kind of made me laugh a little bit. That's just funny as a concept. Would not use his nickname, but it was at least funny. And then, I'm actually kind of surprised that it took this long to see Charlie Brown, considering that's actually kind of what Mimikyu's based off of, is the Charlie Brown ghost costume. So, kind of funny. Would still not, don't name it what it's based off of, but surprised that this is the first time I've seen it. Alright, but that's the end. I gotta be honest, for so many things that I thought was going to, you know what, I can already tell without even watching it, it's peekaboo. For as many things as we saw, there really wasn't any good suggestions, not in my opinion. There really wasn't shit. It's either peekaboo or you could just kill yourself right now because apparently you're not wanted on this earth. The spreadsheet has Scrump. Okay, I don't know if I like the name Scrump, but okay, points for being different. A reminder that I have not seen Lilo and Stitch. Comment suggestions. Two-Faced. He was actually predicting this one. He was wrong on his prediction. Nobody said Two-Faced. No one said Two-Faced, I don't think, in the Giraffe Rig episode either, which is what I personally use Two-Faced for. And then Goggly Moggly, which is in reference to a toy we had as kids. He had some little ghost thing that we got from like McDonald's or Burger King, and you'd smash it and he'd say, "Now you see me." You'd smash it again. "Now you don't." Why did he come with the name Goggly Moggly? Because he was 6 years old. It sounds like the kind of a thing a 6-year-old would come up with, but I actually like that idea just because, that's my brother, I know him, and it's just, that's funny as hell. And the idea of naming it after childhood toys is kind of a thing I would like to try out and mess around with, which is kind of where I got War for Houndoom, because that was a toy dog I had as a kid, and I named it War, and it also works Bonnie by style. So, sentimental, would not recommend for anyone, but there you go. Ragdoll, I'm mostly just acknowledging this because I like the song Ragdoll by Aerosmith, but it was something different, I suppose. Peekaboo, yep, we already see that. Creepachew, I saw that a bunch too. People were basically just like, oh, well, what if we took Peekaboo, but just switched it mildly? And it was like Creepy Chew and stuff like that. Scooby-Doo, that's... You know what, we saw Scooby-Doom for Houndoom. Linus has the blanket. I don't know. It feels like Mimikyu has the potential for some cool nicknames, but everyone is so fixated on the one that it restrains creativity. So it makes me wonder if nobody said Peekaboo at all, no one on the planet thought of it, would we have better nicknames? That's my question. The one I personally use was I based mine off of a Mortal Kombat character who snaps his own neck as one of his moves. His name is Havoc. He's from Mortal Kombat Deception. And considering, Mimikyu, when it takes its hit, its neck breaks. Which I actually didn't understand what his ability meant until I was actually playing the game. Based on the trailers, I was like, I don't get it, but okay. And then I learned, and I was like, oh! Mimikyu's pretty cool! And then they, nerfed it a little bit, but it's okay. That was my idea. I'm at least different from the rest of the planet, apparently. So, yeah. Any ideas and suggestions you have, feel free to put in the comments below. Give a thumbs up to the ones you think are good. Things that are not Peekaboo. Mix it up a little bit. Unless you've used Peekaboo, then you can admit to being the guilty party, and you will be judged by a court of your peers. Tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God. We will see you in court on December 17th of 2024. Be there or be square. Or go to jail. It's your choice.